Just a little bit further. Good morning, good afternoon, YouTubers and vloggers alike, whatever floats your boat. Welcome to the channel. What am I doing here? This place is called Widdop. I'm in Yorkshire. I've come out for the day to get away from the stupid TV and its remote. I know we need the damn things, but sometimes in your life you've got to get out. But that's not the bottom reason I came out to this place. I think deep inside the main reason is I'm trying to find answers to the serious questions of the things I've been catching relating to spirit. The things that I've actually caught on camera are what you will call serious. But it's like being given a jigsaw piece or a jigsaw puzzle, but the pictures are all blank. It's kind of like you get the understanding, you catch the gist, but you don't really know the detail behind the reason why you've been given this. It's something that is detrimental to the well-being of all mankind. And I've had these images for just a little while, and every now and again I seem to catch more and more. But I cannot do anything unless I get something back from spirit to tell me what's called a storyline. It's again, it's like writing a book, but you have no storyline, you have no input to actually add to the story that you want to build. It kind of leaves you at a loose end. As I said, I can catch the gist, or I can catch the understanding, and I know what's called the fallout from the images that I've been given. But I kind of want more detail, you know. That's pleasing to the eye to see, isn't it? Widdop's quite picturesque, if you ask me. Which you haven't, but I'm telling you anyway. Anyway, what I have to do is to try to just relax for the rest of the afternoon and have a little wander, walk around the reservoir, and like now just take out across the hills with no particular place to go. Sounds like an old song I used to know. One of the main reasons I came out into these hills is to try to gain answers to some of the input I got from spirit, and the best way to do it that I can find is simply by relaxing and trying to focus on what we call the source of the light, and hopefully get some input as to why I should be given the images that I've got, which, as I said, I don't have any input or any detail as to what these beings are all about, but I do have an understanding. As I said, it's like being given a jigsaw piece or a jigsaw puzzle without the image, the full image, to tell you what the whole story is about. You kind of understand that it is a jigsaw puzzle, and you know that it's being put together, but without the rest of the image fitted to the jigsaw pieces, you won't get the understanding of what the picture is all about. That's kind of what it's like. A little bit bewildering at times. But God doesn't give you these things for nothing, for no reason. If he did, he's got a very funny sense of humour. But what I have to do is to simply keep looking up at the heavens and trying to focus on what we call, as I said, the source, the light, and just start talking. And lo and behold, in a lot of cases, you will get the feedback that you desire. But I will find it a little bit difficult at the moment, because like many other people around this country, I have succumbed to the virus, and it's not pleasant. It kind of screws your head up and your chest, your throat. It pulls you down. So hence the reason of being out, away from the living room that you're sitting in, because you do tend to feel sorry for yourself. But I'm out in order to get the air into my lungs, and hopefully this virus will disappear in its time, and then I can get back on the road to getting my health back. But then I'm not talking about myself. I'm here to talk about the worries that I have relating to spiritual understanding, which, as I said, the images are serious. They relate to the well-being of all mankind. They relate to wars within the heavens. If you don't believe that such things can take place, yes, they do. If you can understand the whole storyline about evolution, it is not just about mankind and fishes in the sea and animals. It goes beyond that. It goes into the history of all living beings, the history of all creation. It goes into things that are outside of this world, and it goes into a world of understanding things that are not logged in our history books. If they are, they're lost, but they're slowly gaining ground and coming into our understanding by being brought to the public's attention more and more so on YouTube than on the television, because, as you might know, there are certain beings or certain individuals that are putting the ropes, what I call the ropes, on gaining momentum or understanding. They're stopping the belief system from expanding. Whoever these individuals are, it's wrong in my case. But if they're put there on behalf of God to do a job, because mankind isn't ready to evolve yet, because our understanding has not developed far enough to warrant all that is out there to be brought to our attention. What I'm talking about is, as you will understand, things like alien beings. everybody starts seeing them, everybody photographs them and videos them, and yet someone somewhere puts the anchors on it all and prevents it from being brought to the greater public, and literally puts the anchors on and stops any more advancing, and tries to give understandings that do not exist. We know, for example, when alien beings supposed to have been caught in America, and spaceships were actually seen and crashed, the government started to say it was a weather balloon, and from there on in, whenever anybody started to gain evidence, somebody somewhere has started to appear at the individual's door and warn them off, telling them that they must not progress any further. For whatever reason, it becomes secret, and strangely enough, these individuals do not say anything until they become very old. After that, I think they can start worrying that they're going to lose their life because they've opened Pandora's box and started spilling the beans, if you can understand what I mean. And they don't care anymore, so they do bring it to the attention of the public. There is somebody who always becomes negative and puts a stop to every sort of evidence that is given to the public, or everything that is ever seen. Someone stops it. In this case, I can't leave it. Now, what I have done, or what I do in my life, is I take many photographs of the sky, and then, as I said before, I enhance them. It's simple as that. Sharpen shadows, light, highlights, and cropping, and then try to focus on certain things that I found, and improve the image quality. And in a lot of cases I'm very successful. In other cases it's the clarity isn't there, and this case, and in this case, I have found not just one being, but there are more that I know. I've simply cropped the image to show one individual, and he is literally, or it is literally at war with what we would consider our heavenly hosts, and there is evidence from the images that I have as to what is actually happening. But I need, in my case, I need more input as to what this is all about. I can take the understanding that this is to do with the downfall of human life forms, human and animal life forms. I can understand that what it is representative of. Now, as it came a little while back, and looking at the evidence as what's happening around the world, you can see that there's been a lot of death relating to the viruses that have hit the earth. Now you can see that there's a war in Europe. So if it is representative of destruction and the angels are trying to protect, you can then deduce that perhaps its purpose is to create a mayhem on this earth and cause an awful lot of death. You can then see that the angels perhaps are there to try to prevent it from gaining momentum, or restrictive purposes come to my mind, try to hold it back. What happens beyond that, I do not know. My requirements are to try to find answers relating to what it is. I can see from physicalities what it looks like, but I need to know what it's doing there, where it's come from, what its true, full, total purpose might be, what the end result will be. All I have to do now is to try to just keep going, and hopefully I will get some answers, or an answer, as to the complexities behind this individual storyline, this individual being, or the beings that I have, or the beings that I have taken images of. But as for me now, I just feel somewhat like that. All shapes and none. Fractious. Looking at it in a simple way, it's kind of like a child has been given a lollipop stick and no lollipop. He kind of looks at his parents and says, what the hell am I supposed to be doing with this? And where's my lollipop? I need to eat, I need more input. And that's as basic as you can put it. I've been given the features, I've been given the understanding, which I chose to have that understanding because of simple putting two and two together. You get the understanding that it is related to destruction, or a destructive purpose, because of what it is.